Hello, everybody out there in the aerospace, airspace, pod space, whatever that means. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad you all are here. I hope you are having a wonderful, super fantastic day, set of days, weeks. I don't know. Whatever that may be, I hope it is wonderful. If you don't know, that means fun and wonderful, okay? But I, as always, am coming to you because, I have something to say. I try to only come onto the podcast, if there are really just messages coming down. And today, especially, I feel like they've been pretty strong. And the thing that most glitter and sparkles with me at the moment is recognizing the faith that children have, the faith, that childlike wonder, that childlike levity, mm, that childlike vibration that is just so needed at this point in time. Honestly, I believe it's the prescription to the reality that's ailing us at this moment. And I say that because children are our greatest teachers. Something that has always irked my soul as someone who has worked with children, especially I've worked with children from every background. I have worked with children who have every um, thing that life has to offer, all the money, loving, supportive parents, people that accept them. And I've worked with children who have no money and they still have loving, supportive parents. And I've worked with children who have awful parents and no money and all of the above. I've worked with every single type of kid. And you start to see how people discount childlikeness. Even the word childish is meant to be a negative thing. It's meant to be demeaning. However, all of a sudden, inner child healing is like it's like the thing that's cool. But where do you think that comes from? We're talking about all this inner child healing, and yet how can you have inner child healing when you still think the word childish is demeaning and negative? Therefore, your inner child is not something to be respected. So I kind of get a little fired up because oftentimes we don't listen to children. We don't listen to them. They will tell you exactly what's going on. They'll tell you exactly how they feel. And adults still say, well, I don't understand. Timmy said he's sad and mad, but somehow you don't understand what sad and mad means. And so when you come to your inner child, you go to your inner child and your inner child says, I'm sad and mad, but most of all, I'm angry because no one is paying attention to the fact that I'm sad. No one is acknowledging my sadness, and now I'm angry because they've crossed my boundary. Your inner child comes to you and says that. Guess what? The adult in you, the protector in you, is now ignoring your inner child because you think it's demeaning, and childish is supposed to mean something that is not wanted, not respected, and not needed. But let me tell you something. The day that you learn to respect your inner child is the day you will find your home. You will find your inner power. You'll find your soul. And you won't need to seek all this crystals and sage burning and brush fires and all this stuff that you're chasing because you can't listen to the inner calling of your inner child as it is right now. All that stuff will go by the wayside because all of a sudden you are saying, I need to put my inner child in the passenger seat because they seem to have a really good sense of direction here. They're helping you navigate. Now, they don't drive, they're a kid, but they can show you the way. You see, people underestimate the wisdom of children. People underestimate the wisdom of women. People underestimate the wisdom of intuition. You see what I'm getting at here? Do you see what is being brought forward in this moment? You have spent entirely too much time listening to your inner adolescent or your inner adult. People say things like, oh, I'm adulting. I have a job now. How about, oh, I'm adulting. I am taking the space and time I need to play. And therefore, everything I do is somehow better because I was able to play and let go and make it light. The reason some of y'all are so sad and angry and mad and all this stuff is because you think everything is so fucking serious. Everything. Go bowling. Why is it serious? You're bowling. Playing sports. You are playing a game. And yet there are people who get into brawls over sport ball, which is supposed to be playing a game. You've hidden your inner child entirely too long and you need to let them come out now. They're ready to be heard. Something that comes up for me when I start thinking about the inner child and what it's like, what it's really like. I used to babysit this kid, and I remember it was raining and the sun was out, and he was like, "Where's the rainbow?" And I'm like, "What, the rainbow, man? What's up?" He's like, "Every time it's sunny and it rains, there's a rainbow. So where is it? There's always a rainbow. It's somewhere. We got to go find the rainbow." So we're having a whole adventure finding the rainbow. I don't even remember if we saw a rainbow, but we had a lot of fun along the way. There was a lot to be said and seen and laughed about along the way. We didn't take finding the rainbow seriously. We just knew it was there. Even if we couldn't see it, we still knew there was a rainbow somewhere. We maybe just didn't have the right angle on it. And so something that you need to come to realize is the child has faith that, well, this usually means this. When it's sunny and it rains, there's always a fucking rainbow. It don't matter if you can see it or not. If your inner child is sad and mad, it's always gonna act out. It's always like this equals this, cause and effect. Can you have the faith in your inner child to tell you what they're feeling, what they're noticing about the world, what they're noticing about the people that you choose to interact with as friends, companions, partners, spouses? Can you trust your inner child when they tell you that someone doesn't make them feel good? Because that's where they should be leading. That's where you need to say, I got you. I'll protect you. I see what you're saying. Because sometimes your inner child, think about kids. They may not have all the language to tell you why this person is icky, why this person doesn't feel too good. But you're the adult, and you should be trusting your inner child when they say that. Because I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, something's going on that you can't see, that your ego won't allow you to see. And see, here's the thing is, your ego is always going to try to get in the way of the inner child. It's always going to try and put itself right on in front of there. Because ego is that force that's been created by society and by culture to make sure you stay in your lane, to make sure that you don't do what the inner child wants. The inner child is a wild and free being. Think about a feral cat. Think about cats in general. Let's be real. They do what they want, when they want, how they want. They don't care about you. We often used to say that hanging out with kids and playing with the kids and stuff was like herding cats. They don't care about your feelings. they don't really want to listen to you. But if they like you and you like them and you make a connection with them, you create a relationship with them that is not you as an adult, as the hierarchy of the person who's in charge, but rather someone who's creating a safe space so that they can have the freedom to roam and be themselves. Did you hear me? Your inner adult, your ego should be creating a safe space so your inner child can be free. The inner child is always supposed to be free. It's always supposed to have the ability to look and point and say, what's that over there? Let's go find out. Now, obviously, if there's a train coming, you can't cross the railroad track yet. You got to say to the inner child, pause, wait, hold on. Let's let this train pass, and then we can go look over there, right? Oh, wait, hold on. There's a car coming. Let's hold hands and walk across the street together after it goes by or when it stops at that stop sign. That's what your ego's for. But a lot of you have put your inner child in a cage and said, no, we don't look over there. No, we don't do that. Oh, no, we don't say our truth. Some people might not accept that, or they might be mad about that. So, don't say your truth. And that will get you into trouble every single time, let me tell you. Your inner child is your wild and free soul. Children act out because they're not being listened to. Listen to your inner child. That is the closest guide you will ever get to your actual soul, your truth, your inner being, your knowingness. Everyone wants to talk about enlightenment or something, or being spiritual or something. Be an inner child. And this is where I think religion and spirituality meet in missing the point. I'm saying again, this is where spirituality and religion meet in missing the actual point. The actual point of the whole fucking thing. Jesus, who an entire megalithic religion is built on, said, be like them. When he spoke of children, be like them, be like them. The reason you're like this is because you're not like them. We're not running along around in fields and just talking to people all around and saying hi and smiling and playing together. And if you go out dancing, you'll notice in a lot of places people dance in little pods of people that look like them and talk like them and dress like them. Kids don't do that. Not children. Not before they've been programmed to follow society and cultural expectations of what they should be. You want to be free? You want to heal? Be childlike. That has been the message for today, y'all. If you are interested in working with me, there are some links down in the description box. I work one on one with folks online and in my studio in Portland, Oregon. It is so nice to meet you, see you, speak to you. All the best. Till next time.